Scott, we were just talking to Marquise, and he was talking about feeling good through camp and maybe even better now. Has he shown you something over the first two games that you didn't see in camp, or for him is it just a matter of getting or being fully back?
Yeah, I think for him it was just a matter of getting healthy. He showed up with an injury we didn't expect, and it took him for a while to get healthy, and I've seen constant improvement with him, and it seems to continue.
Both with scholarship and non-scholarship players, you've had a lot of success with the transfer portal in the last year. Based on that success, do you think about maybe apportioning more players or working the portal a little bit more for guys that are more seasoned than maybe freshmen?
Potentially. I think we're just seeing the tip of the iceberg with the transfer portal. There's going to be a lot of that. We definitely want people that fit us from a football standpoint and from a culture standpoint. I love where the locker room is right now and would never want to upset that. It's going to be an interesting year because we're going to have a lot smaller signing class than normal because of the change in eligibility years through COVID. So we'll see where we fall with a number of freshmen and transfers this year.
Geographically, there are some disadvantages to recruiting in Nebraska, which you've talked about before. Do those disadvantages go away when you're working with the portal because guys are looking for fits that are schools and not necessarily a place to go?
We'll see. We have a lot of advantages here. Have some uphill battles to fight, but again, I think when people come and see Nebraska and experience game day and see the fans here and get to know what Nebraska's all about, we got a great chance to get anybody that visits here.
With Marquise, USC obviously was a much different style of offense. Diedrich sort of had the same thing when he first got here. Did it take guys a little bit to sort of figure out the rhythm of your run game, and where do you think he's at in that process?
I think you just improve with reps and you improve with game reps, and running backs are no different than anybody else. I was pleased with several of the backs on Saturday. Thought we made a step forward at that position group.
Anything stand out about Adrian's performance last Saturday?
Yeah, I thought he played a really good game. Made the throws he was supposed to make, made good decisions. We had the one ball on the ground, and other than that, he didn't miss much. So that's what we've been seeing in practice, and I expect it to continue from him.
Scott, in your day with those transfers, there weren't as many to lean on each other. Those guys, Marquise was talking about having Samori to help him. How have you seen that as their coach, that they've been able to benefit from having other guys in similar situations as they come in?
Yeah, you're just more ready for everything that life and football throw at you when you're 21 years old instead of 18. I'm sure it helps those guys to have some peers that are new to the program too, but every one of those guys that transferred in did a great job of being mature and getting to work, training like a pro and learning the offense and defensive and special team schemes. So I think we picked some of the right guys, and they're gonna play a big role this year.
What have you seen from your offensive line? Where do you want to see more growth now going forward?
I thought we made a big step from week 1 to week 2. Still room for improvement, but definitely thought they played a better game.
You said you kind of look at Buffalo even before Saturday. I know they have a new coaching staff, but what sort of jumps out about them and sort of their MO?
Well, their kids know how to win. They played for a conference championship last year. I think they got talent. I've watched their defense more than their offense. They've got good pass rushers, all conference linebackers, good guys up front, and some fast guys in the back. They're very sound in their scheme, very aggressive in their scheme. And they look really well coached. They look like world beaters in game 1. So our guys are preparing and know we have a challenge on Saturday.
What's your thought at punt returner moving forward? Obviously, Cam's a guy who's important to the team, but what do you do there?
We got to make good decisions back there. I'm not the type of coach that's going to fire someone from a role if they make a mistake, but the mistakes have to quit. The one on Saturday was a little tough. If that's a bounce in the open field, we want him to feel it. That was probably not the right time to try to do that. But Cam gives us our best opportunity for a big play back there too. So we'll make that decision as we go forward, but I trust Cam.
When you got a chance to go back and watch Logan, did you see similar to the way you saw Saturday after he played?
Yeah, I thought Logan did some good things. And again, the biggest thing for me was the moment didn't look too big for him. He looked ready for it and went out and executed the offense, made some good plays with his arm and his legs.
Buffalo give you some of the same stuff, some of the same concerns that Illinois did because they're the new staff? I mean, you got the one game on film, but how much can you learn from that?
Yeah, we have one game. Hopefully we can do a good job with that. But they got ahead in that game fast and did some things late in the game that they didn't do in the first 20 snaps. So it's going to be a little bit of a guessing game. But I've experienced a game with their defensive coordinator before. He did a really good job. They whipped us. I know he's going to have the guys ready, and we're going to do our best to try to guess what kind of scheme they're going to be running.
Coach, it's the 20th anniversary of 9/11 on Saturday. Do you remember where you were that day and anything that you still remember to this day about that day and the days following?
Yeah, it was a tough time for the country. I was in Berea, Ohio, had just gotten released by the Jets and picked up off waivers by the Cleveland Browns, and got up in the morning at a hotel to head into work and turned on the TV and saw what was happening. So it doesn't seem like it was 20 years ago. I'm really proud of Ora Garst and our team and the video they put out, and have gotten a lot of good messages about that. He's really talented. Having D-Jax on the team and being part of that was pretty special. So it's something that should be remembered and honored, and our little token, the little bit we can do to help honor it is worth doing.
A little off topic maybe, but I know you're busy, but did you get a chance to see Mackenzie play for the first time last night in more than 3 years?
I didn't get to watch. I was in the office till about midnight last night, game planning, so I didn't get to watch, and then looked at my phone and saw a bunch of messages about it. But KZ's like family. He's family to me, and he went through something hard, and I'm glad to see him having some success again. He deserves it.
I know we asked about Omar a lot even when he's not playing, but he has been playing more. And what are you starting to see from him as he sort of grows with the offense?
Yeah, Omar's talented. It's just a matter of being out there, and when he's out there, he'll make plays. He's done a really good job of that through fall camp, and with Oliver down last week, he got even more reps, and I thought he took advantage of it. And when he's out there, we're a better team.
How have you seen Cam respond this week to the kind of a rough first couple of weeks for him?
I don't think he's had a rough first couple weeks. He's played really well on defense. He's had 2 bad plays. And if you look at any player on our team, they've had 2 bad plays in 2 games. So I wouldn't characterize it as a rough start. We just got to make better decisions on punt return.
Brought Bando out for any extended period of time or no?
No, Brock had an illness, and it shouldn't be long.
So speaking of some of those other players, I know you mentioned Oliver, it was nothing serious, but Casey Rogers still working back. Is that starting to come into focus to get those guys back?
Yeah, all those guys, Oliver, Casey, Travis, they're all getting close.
What have you seen from Teddy Prohaska that's allowed him to get on the field? I know you played a lot of young guys, but he in particular seems like he's come out pretty fast.
Yeah, Teddy's had a really good camp. Anytime you're an early enrollee, I think it gives you an advantage, and he got a lot of reps early. And he's got a ton of potential, and you're starting to see that shine through. He did a really good job in the offseason turning his body into a guy that looks like he's been in college for 4 years already, and it won't be very long before he's helping us. So the more reps we can get, the better we are.
How about another freshman like Marquise Buford? It seems like he's been finding a lot of ways to get onto the field. What is it about him at that position that he's been able to make that quick winning impact?
Well, when you get down to, roster, guys that are going to travel and get a chance to play are the guys that are helping on special teams. And Marquise has done a great job on defense, but he's also taking special teams seriously and contributing on that. And that's going to give him opportunities on defense. But he's another young guy with a bright future.